Okay, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate the different methods to do a cleanup process using a grease pencil in Blender. So for the demonstration, I made a character which is right now is really rough, which is I'm doing a little concept design for the simple character, and now I'm going to do some cleanup, and I'm going to show you there's like 2 or 3 ways to do the cleanup process. And here's the first here's the first option, which is I'm going to create a new layer which is called cleanup, and I'm going to select the lines layer, which is this is the layer where I did these rough sketches. And over here, I'm going to click and drag the opacity. And let's say I'm going to set this to 0.25, which is a little transparent, but you can still see. So I can able to trace on top of this rough layer. So before I'm doing a cleanup process, I'm going to lock the lines layer just to make sure when I made a mistake on doing a cleanup, then I don't have to make a mistake on erasing a rough layer, the rough drawings. So having this lock button is really convenient when you're doing this. And let's say control the spacebar to full screen. And I'm going to draw on top of the layer. Yeah. Make sure it's on the stroke. And I'm going to hide the and I'm going to check this I button to hide the rough layer. And this is like the first example to do a cleanup, which is a little rough, but this is for the quick demonstrations. And the second option, what I'm going to do is instead of using this rough pencil tool, then I'm going to use this like an ink pen brush that I'm pointing right here. Like again, make another new layer. Call this layer call this layer name cleanup. Select the select the line layers to lower down the opacity. And I'm going to start doing a cleanup. As you can see, the result is really messy. There's a lot of rough lines on the hat, the faces, the face and the ears. The ears and the necks are not attached to each other. This is a really inconvenient way to do let's say you're adding a colors. It's not going to is the when you're using like a fill bucket tool, is not going to respond not well not going to respond well. And let's go back to the interface. Make sure to lock this lines layer. What I'm going to do now is control tab, and you can open this like a different tabs here. But I'm going to go here to select to change from draw mode to sculpt mode. So once you're in the sculpting mode, and once you can see that this stroke point is going to be the main option that is selected right there, which is selected right there. And we're going to change this to only sculpt selected strokes. So after done this, I'm going to control and right mouse, holding down right mouse key to select lasso, and this will going to select the certain strokes, the ink strokes. And on the top, on the bottom left, you're going to see a different sculpting options, and I'm going to use the grab tool. Press F to increase the radius of the sculpting brush, and I'm going to move the lines like this, and hold down and you want to deselect the stroke, then hold down Alt and press A to deselect. Select the lines. Let's say I'll turn off the overlay for the better demonstrations. And to make a line smooth in sculpting mode, hold down the Shift and left click to make this stroke more smoother. And you're going to see that, so you can see the stroke is really a low poly. That's the term what I used to do in the Blender, which is these are not going to make a line as smooth as you think. So to solve this issue, I'm going to right click and subdivide and smooth, and it's going to add more points and make this ink to make this stroke even more smoother. So higher the stroke points is going to make it it's going to make a better result. So go back, and I'm going to do a time lapse of doing a cleanup. Right. Okay, so once you're done, I'm going to hide the rough layer. And now you've done a cleanup, the second method to clean up your drawing using a pen tool and sculpting mode. The last method I'm going to demonstrate is using two different stroke materials to do a sketches and a cleanup all at once. So right now it's all done in a single sketches layer, and I'm gonna change from draw mode to the edit mode. Go back to the material properties, and in here I have made a separate stroke, which is the sketch, which is what I call the sketch stroke. I'm gonna turn off the overlay. So what I'm going to show you just a little is when I made a sketch stroke, you can actually change any color that you want for doing rough sketches, which I'm showing you right here, from blue to red color, maybe a little darker green, but I'm going to use the blue color for the demonstrations. And turn off the overlay again. And to get rid of the sketch drawings, all you have to do is the sketch stroke and press select. And what it does is only selecting the rough drawings that I did, and I'm going to hit X to delete them. Go back to the drawing mode. And now the rough drawing has removed, and all that left is a cleanup drawings.